Hey, what up, everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today we're on the new account. I gotta get the chat popped out. Hold on a sec. Shouldn't take too long though. Got it. Okay, move it a little. Oh, make it a little bigger. Come on. There you go. All right. Yeah, new account, Gems of War. We are level 551. What part is this? This is part 19. We're level 551. Last time we got every single kingdom open. So we still had some kingdom quests that we needed to do last time on Tuesday, and now we have all of them done. Just something everybody's going to have to do at some point as they play this game. Get every single kingdom open, get every single game mode open, get all the classes open, all the factions open, get all the world quests done. Just something you're going to have to do to actually get into the actual game. So, Kingdom Quest done. Next up will be class quests. We have to get all of those done. I have most of them done. We're going to finish them up today, and then we'll have access to every single class, which there's some good ones like Elementalist, Titan, Archer, Thief, Archmagus, and all the class weapons. So there's a Vault event next weekend. So it's kind of good timing. And we got the chatathon tomorrow where we're going to rank all the classes from number 1 to 38. There's 38 kingdoms, 38 classes. So it's kind of all good timing, going together nicely. Chatathon tomorrow, rank all the classes. New account today. All the classes are open on the new account. And then next weekend, we have a Vault event where we could take the new account and start getting some class weapons. You just have to equip the class, get 250 victories. The best time to do that is during the Vault event. So, kind of works out. Let me check the audio. Alright, sounds alright. Turn it back down. So, that's what we'll be doing. But yeah, last time got all the Kingdom Quests open. Kind of went after a couple more troops in the Underworld. We did the holiday event. It was getting harder and harder and harder. I showed you the Truffle Shuffle team. It's kind of like so far, it's like Rowan, then Beatrix, then Truffle Shuffle is what I've noticed. Our first mythics were Immortal, then Dragon, and we haven't had anything else since then. But we also got the Wand of Stars, so that was really cool. So we're starting to get some cool stuff, but we still gotta work our way towards other cool stuff like boss troops in the Soul Forge. Like we gotta get some more dragons so we can work towards Diamantina, Stellarix, Chrysantherax. A ruby weapon, we gotta work towards that. And Dawnbringer, Dustbringer, getting our Soul Forge all the way leveled up, getting our dungeon all the way to where we get the most rewards. So lots of stuff still to do, but we are like kind of wrapping up the early game. But how's it going, Sauna? We got Patrick Johnson. Finally caught a live stream. Nice. Starla. Birthday stream. Happy birthday, Starla. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Starla. Happy birthday to you. Let's go. Yoke. Everybody say happy birthday to Starla. Birthday stream, huh? It's a gift to you. Alright, so we got 5 streams left of the year. We're at the end of the year. Trying to play catch up a little bit. We need to lock in. This is day 2 of 5. Tomorrow's the chatathon. We did one yesterday. We're doing one today. We're doing the chatathon tomorrow. We got a stream Monday. We got a stream Tuesday. That's it. So we got to do it now or never. You see the thumbnail for the chatathon. That's how it represents how we're doing at the moment. Got me hurt a little bit, and you guys are helping me out. So hopefully that comes out to be true. All right, so let's play this game. Level 551. I'm still doing Archer here. First thing I like to do, of course, is get my mail. Don't like these blinkies. So let's claim it. See what we get. Okay, we got to check our XP booster, see if something is wearing off soon. This wears off in 20 hours, so I should probably use it soon. Offers, I like to look at this in case I have a metal offer or a verse offer or something like that. Right now, we're kind of skipping anything else other than metal offers and verse offers, but you still want to check it. And okay, now we check this. So we got to do the 3 adventure board, complete the 3 battle tasks in the daily plunder menu. Earning souls will just happen. Matching brown will just happen. So we'll keep that in mind. One thing to note, I did give the required amount of gold. Came a little bit sooner than I thought it would. So just by the way, this is when it happened for me. Around level 500 was when I was able, we opened every kingdom. We no longer have that over our head, right? Because previous to, like, recently, we still needed to open every kingdom and level every kingdom to 10 and stuff like that, and that takes a lot of gold. At some point, we still had to open all the factions, and that costs gold. Now we have that expenditure out of the way forever. We can start giving the required amount to the guild. So 300,000 finally given around level 500. Doing the guild events, of course. But yeah, let's do these class quests, knock them out, and then we'll just play the game normally today, most likely. We might open some keys. I should probably do that. I got to go over the Soul Forge, like Sana said. I forgot yesterday, I guess. Maybe we'll do that first. Let's go over the Soul Forge. Forgot yesterday, dang it. That'd have been a nice thing to go over yesterday. Alright, so the Soul Forge has changed as of yesterday. Should have went over it on my main account, forgot, so I'm going over it now. So let's see what kind of mythics we got here. We'll put them in order and all that. Alright, so the mythics are the Void Dragon, pretty good. Phoenix, decent. Tauras, not good. And Scorpius, useful. So that's how I would describe those mythics. The best one in here is probably the Void Dragon. If you had to get a mythic for some reason, the Void Dragon would be the best one to get. The only thing it suffers from is it's a dragon, and there's so many other really, really, really good dragons in the game that when you have a dragon restriction, you're probably not going to use it. You're probably going to use Chrysantherax or Stellarix or something, but it's one of the better dragons that's not like a big bad boss dragon egg dragon. So Midnight is a good thing. It's from Midnight. There's not that many good troops from Midnight, so it is a good troop from Midnight. It's a demon. Deals damage to all enemies, boosted by blue and purple gems. Create 9 to 13 purple gems. And its traits are just kind of okay. But the cool thing about it is, like, it hits all enemies and has a chance to loop. So you could hit all enemies, get your turn back, fill it. Hit all enemies, get your turn back, fill it. Hit all enemies, get your turn back, fill it. Normally what people do is use it with, like, Laraza, maybe Thrall. There was a new troop recently that I tried it with. I forget the name of the troop. It was like a... What was that new troop that we got recently that I tried it with? But it ended up, like, not... Like, the Void Dragon wasn't needed in that team. Dang, it was the scatter damage? Maybe? I'm blanking on it. Juan's been a member for 34 months. Thank you for the continued support. But yeah, Void Dragon would be the best. It's borderline top 20, but it's not top 10 or anything like that. It's pretty good. Next up would be Phoenix. Phoenix falls in that category with, like, Scourge of Honor, Phoenicia, Guard's Avatar. It's not a top 10. It's probably not a top 20, but it's just a really good troop that does damage to all enemies, true damage to all enemies. It also has a summon and has Bless and Enchant. So, pretty good, but just doesn't get used as much as you would think. But yeah, it's up there with Phoenicia, probably. It's right around Phoenicia or Scourge of Honor, which are like A-tier mythics. So I'd call Phoenix is probably like an A-, maybe. I'd say Void Dragon's probably an A+. Phoenix is an A-. Void Dragon might be an A, but it's an A+. Phoenix is a A-, B+. Scorpius would be next because it actually has a team and you could actually use it for things. But it's not as good as Void Dragon or Phoenix. Scorpius you pair with Urali, and you can get like a double kill, like instant kill. So you deal damage to the last two enemies. The damage is lethal to any poisoned enemy. So you can set this up with Urali, who will poison enemies on 4 or 5 gym match. And then once they're poisoned, you hit them and they die because the damage is lethal on any poisoned enemy. So it's useful. It's like a Ubistet or a Wolf Garrick. Kind of goes Ubistet, then Scorpius, then Wolf Garrick. So it's kind of in the middle for those. You might say, I don't know, is it better than Ubistet? I mean, they both need something to happen before they can instant kill. So I don't know, they're pretty close. They're pretty close, I would say. Scorpius and Ubistet. Like a B tier mythic, maybe B minus. And then you got Toras, who is butt. He's not great. He's not horrible, I guess, but he's definitely not one you want to like look for and seek out and waste diamonds on when you could get the Void Dragon or Phoenix or Scorpius. They would all come before Toras. Deals damage to all enemies boosted by my attack, life, and armor, then knock the first enemy to the back. And that's about it. So just really low. Look at that, 13 damage. I mean, I'm on my new account, so... But, you know, it's boosted by attack, life, and armor, which isn't too bad, but just it's kind of weak. It's physical. It's not true. You know, that's all it's doing. It's like a way worse version of Phoenix or Phoenicia. Like, it's trying to be in that category, but it's just not as good. It doesn't have anything else going for it. Knocking the first enemy to the back's not good. 20% skull reduction on a freaking mythic, like, that's pretty low. And then nothing else. So, not great. So that would be the mythics and the Soul Forge. Juan with the 1. No goose egg. Let's go. Running out there to help. Trey was out the other day trying to fix the flat tire. We were on the side of the road. We had a goose egg. After the gas station, we were trying to make it to the Hillbilly Zoo. We got a flat tire. We ended up on the side of the road with the goose egg. Trey yesterday ran out there with the spare tire, started jacking it up. He was trying, but he needed a little bit of help. Nothing really, you know, nobody really came out there to help him, so he was trying. Now Chad's out there working on it. So thank you, Chad. With the 2 and the 1, it's great. I would take it. I'll take it. All right, so that's the mythics. If you're gonna get anything, the Void Dragon would be the best. Phoenix would be second best. Scorpius would be third best. Toras would be the one to avoid. The legendaries. Okay, we have the Silent One, Scion, the Werestag, and Qatari King. The best one here is definitely the Qatari King. I already have them on this account, but I wouldn't craft them anyway, because you know how legendaries are. You want to just craft Tesla or Emberclaw, the 2 best. Tesla, because she's the #1 legendary. Emberclaw, because you can do Pharaoh Khafru things with it, Zarg Boompile things with it, and you need multiple copies of it. So it's a good one to invest your diamonds into. And it's got a good spell, too. Like, Emberclaw is really good, Tesla's really good, but everything else you should just go with your glory keys, your gem keys, your guild seals, your event keys. Like, don't be crafting legendaries. But Qatari King's pretty good. It was definitely a top 20. You know, at first I left him out of the top 20 legendaries, but then the chat reminded me how good he was, and yeah, I think he definitely should be in there now. He does like to tickle his own nipple, but he deals damage to 3 random enemies, then creates 3 to 6 times 3 wild cards. So he can hit 3 things, boom, 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 and then maybe get an extra turn or at least a bunch of his mana back. And he's the 50% start for Centaurs. So this is really... You definitely want him for this, but then he also has a good spell. So he's similar to like a Sir Quentin Hadley, a Miraji Queen. You know, he's a 50% start troop that also has a good spell. So up there in the top 20 for sure for legendaries. After that, I don't know. Werestag, Lycanthropy Business, Scion. Scion's just kind of annoying. Silent One's kind of annoying. Annoying to the enemy team. I don't know. Probably like Scions, then Werestag, then Silent One. Something like that. But yeah, don't craft any of these, but just for fun, we put them in order. Qatari King, then Scion, then Werestag, then Silent One is what I would say. But none of them are great except for Qatari King. So that's the Soul Forge. A purple nurple? Yeah, when you like twist it. You gotta like... Oh no, that's a titty twister. So purple nurple's when you like squeeze it so hard that you kind of bruise it or discolor it. But, like, a titty twister is when you, like, grab it and you twist. That freaking hurt, right? Alright, so Soul Forge done. Changed on Friday. I forgot to go over it on my main account. So let's get these class quests done. So I did most of them, because I wanted to finish it today on stream. Get these class quests done, get those faction quests done, and then we're out of the early game, I would say. So let's get all these done. So we got class Class Quest Warden. It's only 4 fights. I did change my team here. I think I made it a little bit better. I dropped the Immortal Leo. I just put another Queen Beatrix. So, kind of, remember there's this old video I made. It's like the first 5 teams that you make in Gems of War. And it still kind of holds pretty true. You got Rowan as your first team. Or you could say like your Goblin team or whatever you want to say. But, you know, it's Rowan. Then it's Queen Beatrix. Then the Truffle Shuffle, I think, because it can help you get out of, like, if you get into a really hard fight, you can use the Truffle Shuffle and get through it, even as a beginner. So those are like the first 3 teams you want to try to shoot for, I would say. Your Rowan team until you tune it all the way up, make it as awesome as it can be. Then your Queen Beatrix team until you tune it all the way up, make it as awesome as it can be. And then the Truffle Shuffle, make it exactly the way it's supposed to be. You know, work on all those things. And that's a good first 3 teams to shoot for as a beginner. Because you can get all that stuff without random luck or spending money. Or, you know, you get Rowan for sure. You get Beatrix for sure. You get Gob Truffle for sure. You might have to fill in the blanks a little bit on the teammates. But none of them are super hard to get or anything like that. So we're using double Beatrix now because, I don't know, I felt like the Leo wasn't doing too much. So I just went with the double Beatrix. But let's finish these class quests. Let's open every single quest, every single class, and then next weekend we can start getting class weapons, and I'll let you know which ones to get first, which ones are the best, and stuff like that. And tomorrow we'll go over what's the best class, all the way down to what's the worst class. Somebody had asked me in the comments, why is Titan so good? They'd rather use Elementalist or Sentinel, and they were bragging about the Sentinel and how the Sentinel has this or that and this and that. And I explained to them that Titan has a 50% start, which those other 2 do not. So Titan is more useful because offense is the best defense in this game. So it doesn't matter that like Sentinel has a barrier at the start of battle, and then, you know, a barrier on Brown, and then it has this or that for defense and everything. Offense is the best defense. So a 50% start that gets your team going faster is better than like an extra barrier or something like that. So offense is the best defense. Remember that. The quicker you kill the enemies, they can't hurt you. Just want to get these fights over as soon as possible. Keep it on your turn. Don't give the enemy turns to hurt you. So the quicker you kill them, the less time they have to hurt you. The more you keep it on your own turn, the less time they have to hurt you. So offense is the best defense in Gems of War most of the time. Titty Twister, Purple Nurple. You know, remember Doorknob, Chad? You remember Doorknob? You ever play the Doorknob game, Chad? Back in the day? Tell me what it is in the chat, because I know you remember that. Like Doorknob. Give somebody a wet willy. So wet willy, is that like where you lick your finger and stick it in their ear? What's the one you... Oh, you don't know Doorknob? No way. Dude, when somebody farts, you yell Doorknob, and then they have to run to a... They have to go touch a doorknob, or you get to punch them until they touch one. I used to play that game when I was a kid. So if somebody lets one rip, they have to say... They have to like say it. If you say it first, then they have to run and touch a doorknob. And until they run and touch a doorknob... I can't remember the rules exactly, right? But it's kind of like Punch Buggy, except for with farts. So it's like, you know the game where you touch your nose, like if you don't, whoever touches their nose last, nose goes or whatever it's called. You gotta touch your nose, like whoever touches their nose last has to do it, has to do the thing. Well, it's kind of like the reverse of that almost. Like if you fart and people say doorknob and you don't say it first, I guess you have to like run and touch a doorknob, and until you do that, they get to punch you in the arm because you just farted. So you did something gross. It's not like a totally like, you know, It's not like a bully type of thing. They farted, so they're stinking up the joint. So you get to punch them until they touch a doorknob. Stick your finger in someone's ear. Could you imagine doing that to somebody now? Just walk up to a stranger in public, give them a wet willy. Wet willy. Mr. Senny gets me with the punch buggies because I don't remember that. I'm not looking for them. Back in the day, it was like kind of rare to see one, so if you saw one, you're like, punch buggy, and you beat the crap out of somebody until, I don't know. It's always about beating the crap out of somebody. Punching them. Used to play this game in school where we just punch each other in the arm, and then whoever gives up first loses. Alright, it's my turn, you flex your bicep, and the other person punches you in the arm. And then, like, alright, so I don't give up yet. I get to punch you on the arm. And then do you give up, yes or no, But then they get to punch you on the arm. You trade punches. And then you graduate it to, like, slapping each other in the face. Whoever gives up first loses. Kind of stupid. Alright, we beat that one. I think we have like 3 or 4 to do today. So here we go. Here's another one. Notice the ones I'm kind of doing last. They're probably not very good. I didn't exactly do it like that, but it ended up kind of like that anyway. So Warden's okay. It's like kind of in the middle somewhere. But Knight is one of the worst ones. A good way to remember bad classes, if they have Knight in the name, they're not very good. So you got Knight. You got Night Weaver. You got Death Knight. Because they're all kind of bad. Night Weaver's just weird. It's like it doesn't know what it wants to be, kind of. It's like a mix of weirdness that doesn't excel in anything. And then Knight's just not good, and Death Knight's just not good, so... Night Weaver was one of the newest classes, but it's just kind of a weird one that they threw together, it seems like. Alright, 3 more fights here, and then we gotta do 1 or 2 more. Wet willies, purple nurples, doorknobs. What else did we used to do? We just try to see who could stay up the latest. You fall asleep first, something happens to you. Type of stuff. Dump some water on their head. Put their hand in warm water and then hope they pee their pants. Why would that work anyway? I never got that to work. I don't know that I ever actually tried it though. You remember when people said you could like when somebody's sleeping, you put their hand in warm water and that makes them pee their pants? I don't know. It never worked. A swirly, yeah. I've seen a swirly. I never had one given to me. I've never distributed a swirly, and I've never had one given to me before, but I've seen one in action. Definitely seen one before. I've seen a kid get stuffed into a locker one time. It was survival of the fittest back in the day. Yeah, gym class, or I was on the baseball team in high school. And yeah. Lots of crazy stuff going on. Seen a kid get shoved into a locker. I, of course, was helped. I helped. It could have been much worse. Like I said, I was the bodyguard of the weaker, nerdier kids. Could have been much worse if I wasn't there. I was not shoving somebody into... I was never putting the person in the locker. I was letting them out or stopping it. But I've seen it happen. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's actually a thing. They got shoved into a locker. Locked in there. Imagine. Alright, Night Weaver. So Night Weaver. Seen swirlies before. Not much you can do there. I don't really want to be fighting over toilet water. I told y'all about the game we used to play where we were on the diving board and we would try to knock each other off the diving board. Probably shouldn't have been playing that. This was at school, by the way. One person stands on the end of the diving board, and then another person runs at him and tries to knock him off of it. It's kind of stupid. It was fun, too, though. I don't know how the person on the end's expected to stay up on there, though. You kind of have to, like, do a back body drop or, like, do a matador. It's the only way you could survive. Maybe what if you jumped over them? Dude, that'd be sick. Could you imagine? Somebody charged you. You're standing on the end of a diving board. Somebody charges you, and they like duck down a little bit, try to take your legs out, and you jump over them, and then you do like a perfect backflip into the pool, and you win because they hit the water first. That'd be sick. Alright, so we're just casting Beatrix a couple of times here. These fights are really easy. Like, class quests aren't meant to be that hard or anything like that. It's just a chore to get done. Alright, 2 more fights. The shaving cream. Sana says, we did when someone slept and put shoe polish in their hand and tickled their nose. Yeah, right. I think I did that with whipped cream. Maybe. That one is funny. They like smack their own face with whipped cream. That's kind of harmless too. That's not too bad. That's a good one. So like, they just gotta clean themselves up a little bit. It's not like drawing a wiener on their head with permanent marker. That's way worse. I think I've seen that like once in my life, where somebody got something written on their forehead. That was pretty bad. I would definitely... Like, in my head, I'm like, I wouldn't want anybody to do this to me, so I'm not going to do it to anybody else. That's how I think. So I've never, like, drawn a wiener on somebody's head while they're sleeping. So I'm thinking in my head, I would never want somebody to draw a wiener on my head. So why would I do it to somebody else? It's just the way I am. That's the way I think. I think that's how most people should think, but some people, I don't know, man. But like a little bit of shaving cream or whipped cream, I wouldn't care too much. So I might do that one. It's not that big of a deal. You put a bad word on somebody's head with permanent marker. That's definitely wouldn't want that to happen. The worst word you can think of on their forehead. Alright. Is that everything? So we did this one. It would have a little purple, like, circle if we needed to do it. We could just go to our classes like this and do, like, unowned and see if we have any. We don't, so we're done. It's done. We have every single one open. Alright, so these are all the classes. So the way classes work is they are from, like, a kingdom. Like, the kingdom where we opened it is where it's from, obviously. So, like, Forest of Thorns is Archer. And it makes you an elf. So it makes your hero the typing elf. And it makes your hero from Forest of Thorns. Because that matters sometimes. Like, sometimes you want a full team of elves. Maybe you have King Averlorn on your team and you're 50% starting elves, and you just want to make your whole team elves, that way they all get a 50% start. Or maybe the restriction is elf, and you have King Averlorn, and you might as well make your hero elf too. Maybe you're using one of those tools for your tool belt weapons, where it boosts off of elves, and you want 4 elves on your team, so then you make your hero an elf via using Archer class. So that's how it works. And some classes are better than others, you know, they have traits. Some traits are really good, like this one has 2 good traits right here. 50% start, which is very important. Offense is the best defense. 50% start, you start with half your mana. which is way better than having to get all your mana, right? You're going to be able to cast your spell twice as fast than something that doesn't have a 50% start. Being able to cast your spell twice as fast, you can either get everybody else up or you can start laying down some damage. And offense is the best defense. 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal. And then, you got your talent tree. Bunch of stuff here. As you level your class, you get more and more talents, with the 100 being the highest. So you want to level every class in the game to 100. Because you want to have access to every talent. You want to have all the classes fully leveled, all the classes fully traded, and all the classes all the way to 100 here. That way, when you do have to use them, like occasionally you might have to use a certain class just to make it a certain type or from a certain kingdom, or there's a certain restriction, and you want them to be the best they can be. So you want them to have all their talents, all their traits leveled to 20. Same thing with like weapons. If you're going to use a weapon, you probably want to have it fully tempered if possible. That's why heroes are really strong. You got your hero who already comes with like more stats than most troops in the game. And then it has a class and a weapon. So the weapon has a spell, the weapon has tempering. And then you also have a class with traits and talents. So your hero has like twice as many things as a regular troop. That's why you want to use your hero pretty much for 90% of your Gems of War career. Until you have every class on 100, you should use your hero in every single fight for everything in the game. Because it's just so strong. Just to put your hero in first slot, whether it's doing damage or mana generating, to have a weapon with a spell. Okay, so think about a troop. A troop has a spell and 3 traits, and that's it. A spell and 3 traits. Your hero has a weapon with the spell and a class with 3 traits. So that's even. We're even right there. But then your hero also has tempering on the weapon, which adds even more stats and other things, like maybe a storm or an extra turn or just other stuff, more stuff. Tempering. Then it has talents on the class. So it has way more stuff going for it. Way more perks, way more passive abilities, way more stats. Just your hero is super strong and you should probably use it on every team. Plus you can like choose from 38 different classes, and you can choose sometimes like the restriction. The weapons aren't restricted, but the troops are, so you can choose any weapon in the game. So a lot of the time with your hero, you can choose any weapon in the game or any class in the game. So it's super versatile. While the troops are restricted. You got to use elves, right? In this event, you have to use elves. Okay, so all the troops are restricted to elves, but your hero can use any class at once, any weapon at once, and then it has extra stuff on top of that. And it's already super strong. Even if you're just going to say the weapon has a spell and the class has 3 traits, even then your hero would still be stronger than most troops. But the weapons have tempering and the classes have talents. So there's so much. Your hero is so strong, you should use it all the time. Until the end game where you have Chrysanthrax and Caffrews and Miraji Queens and Zargs and Stellarix. Eventually, there are teams that don't use the hero, but it's very important to be leveling all your classes to 100 and using your hero in every fight until you have all the classes on 100. It's super strong. Why would you want to leave it off your team? Your hero is amazing. So now we have access to every class. So Archer, Archmagus, Assassin, Barbarian, Bard, Corsair, Death Knight, Dervish, Diabolist, Doomsayer, Dragon Guard, Elementalist, Frostmage, Geomancer, Hierophant, Knight, Mechanist, Monk, Necromancer, Nightweaver, Oracle, Orbweaver, Plague Lord, Priest, Rune Priest, Sentinel, Shaman, Slayer, Sorcerer, Spirit Walker, Stormcaller, Sunspear, Thief, Tidecaller, Titan, Warden, Warlord, and War Priest. So we need to level all of these. That's going to take a little bit of souls. We need to trade all of these. So the leveling we could probably just do. Wonder how much each one costs. It's going to be 4,000 per. We got to do like probably 30 of them. So that's going to be 100,000 souls. That's a lot of souls. So I might just do the ones I really like, the good ones first. So Archer, of course, is good. We already leveled that to 20. Archmagus is good, so I'll level that one to 20. I'm going to do them all, but I'm going to do the really good ones first. And then tomorrow we'll go over, like, number 1 to 38. And then traits you really want to get, so you can work towards this. I was thinking about this to myself the other day, and I know I probably already say it a lot, but this game, you're not gonna get your kingdoms to max level and your power to max, and we're not gonna like get every single class fully traded in 1 day or 2 days. Like, some things just take time, you know. You just gotta be patient. You just gotta play your dailies, kind of work on stuff over time. That's what makes this game fun anyway. You're not gonna get everything done in 1 day, and you're not gonna like force things and, you know, farm things in 1 day or anything like that. You just keep it in mind, like, okay, I wanna trade all the classes, so I'm gonna make sure I get trait stones whenever I can. But I'm not gonna like go out of my way to farm for hours and hours and hours, but I'm working on getting all my classes traded, so I'm going to go really hard in the Vault event. I'm going to pay attention to the Glory Shop and what trait stones in there. I'm going to pick a class and hyper focus on it to make sure I'm getting that trait stone, and you just work on it over time. Just like your kingdom level and power, you kind of just work on it over time. You're not going to sit there and, you know, go to a kingdom and say, okay, I have to do this because it's asking me to, I got to fully trait, you know, 10 troops, or else I can't get this kingdom power, and I have to do it today. No, you don't. No, you don't. You can just work on it. You can think about it. It takes time. This stuff takes time. This game you're supposed to play every day. You're supposed to do your dailies. You're supposed to just work on stuff over time. It's a really long process. It's not going to happen in 1 day. You can't, like, you know, force it. You can't just play and play and play and play and play and play and play in 1 day and get everything done. That's not going to happen. So better way to do it is to play 1 to 2 hours a day until you get diminishing returns, and then, you know, stop for the day and then play the next day. 1 or 2 hours a day until you get diminishing returns, and then stop for the day and then play the next day. If you try to force it, if you're playing 5 hours, 6 hours farming, 5 hours, 6 hours farming, 5 hours, 6 hours farming, and you're going to burn out, you're going to quit playing, you're going to disappear, you're going to drop off the face of the earth. I guarantee it. You can't do that. If you're going to play this game, you have to, like, take it, you know, 1 to 2 hours a day. Do the things I tell you to do, and you'll get everything you need. I'm well-rounded. I'm free to play. I'm telling you, do all these things, and you'll get everything. You'll get ingots and trait stones and, you know, orbs and gold and souls and dragonite and diamonds, and you'll get everything. If you play the game the way that I'm telling you to play it, you're going to get everything. And it's not gonna be like frustrating, and you're not gonna quit all of a sudden. You know, you play for an hour or 2 a day, you do the right things in that hour or 2, because there's diminishing returns every freaking day. And if you're forcing yourself past that 1 or 2 hours and you're farming stuff for hours and hours, you're gonna quit the game. You're gonna quit the game, you're gonna drop off the face of the earth. I promise you. You're not going to beat this game in a day. You're not going to get all achievements in a day. You're not going to get your kingdom power level and power maxed in a day. You're not going to get every class on 100 in a day. You're not going to get every class traded in a day. Stuff takes time. You just got to play the game right, and you know, for an hour or 2 a day. This game, it's a free to play game. They want you to sit there and just farm and farm and farm and farm and farm. That's a thing they trick you into doing. It's okay to, like, take a few months to get something done. It's fine. Alright, so we got every single class open. That was my main goal of the day, so I'll probably just play the game normally now. So, XP booster is always first for me, so we're going to go do the adventure board. I'll kinda, you know, I don't want to, like, make you suffer through everything, but I don't know. What should we do today? Let's see. I'm trying to think. I don't know. How about, I'll explain what I would do, and then we'll do some, I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so we opened all the classes. That was the main thing I wanted to do. If I was just going to play and I wasn't streaming, I would do my XP booster, right? It's asking me to do the adventure board, so I know I say this every time, but I want you, this is what you need to do. This is the stuff you need to do to where you won't hit diminishing returns. This is the stuff you need to do every day that's worth doing, you know, bang for your buck. So I would do my adventure board. Bang, bang. I would use... See what I'm using. I'm using Queen Beatrix quite a bit now. So I use Rowan still I use Rowan in City of Thieves still, and I use it in like PvP a little bit, and I would still use it pretty much wherever, but I've been using Queen Beatrix quite a bit, just by the way. So Mountain Crusher, Beatrix, Leprechaun, still leveling Archer. Once Archer gets to 100, I'll switch to something else. So I would do all these fights, 3, 3, 3. And that would satisfy the XP booster. That'd be the first thing I would do. So this would be done, and the adventure board would be done, and we would have got some class experience for Archer. Next, I would do Dungeon. So I pick the same rooms every day. Ooh, let's do it. Dungeon would be next. Then what's after Dungeon? Does anybody know? It's actually kind of changes for me. Sometimes I'll do the holiday event next. Sometimes I'll do City of Thieves next. It's like they both have to be done, so really doesn't matter what order. But after this is holiday event or City of Thieves. So adventure board, well, actually it's XP booster, whatever that says, then adventure board, then dungeon, then holiday event, then City of Thieves. You guys have seen plenty of adventure boards, and you've probably seen enough of the City of Thieves, but I am still doing it every single day, just so you know. I haven't missed a day. That's how you're gonna get, like, every troop in the underworld, and that's how you're gonna get stats down there. That's how you're gonna get, you know, every horde level to 100 and every quality to 10, and you gotta do it every single day. What if we get a perfect? Boom! Perfect! Gosh. Jeez. I want to be a narcissist right now so bad. Alright. Leprechaun, one of the best troops in the game. Why? Because offense is the best defense. It's getting up our other troops. And now we can just do this, and they can't even hit me. So offense is the best defense. Bang, 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 they're dead. A dead body cannot kill me. Yeah, good to see you, Horth. Those berries. You love that, don't you? I thought it was a good one, too. Look, 90 Dragonite. So now I'm going down the stairs. A perk of making the dungeon harder and going down the stairs is we're going to get more Dragonite if we get a perfect. So once you get all the way to max, you're going to get like 120 Dragonite if you get a perfect. So I'm not all the way down yet, so I only got 90, but I really want to, that way I can get way more if I get a perfect. I would get more garnets, I think, more diamonds, and more Dragonite the further I go down. Probably more of everything, but it's at least Dragonite on a perfect. So you want to keep going down if you can, and I would. If I had stairs this time, I would go down, because Beatrix can probably handle the hardest. You know, it could handle like a death trap, a silence trap, and the hardest enemies. So I would go down because I know I can handle it. Alright, like always, we're going to do the lowest. Well, not always. You know, you start mastery by getting the mastery weapons. But after you get all the mastery weapons, you just make them even. So 91 and 92, we're going to pick 91. Yay, perfect run! You have completed today's dungeon without triggering any traps. You earned 90 Dragonite. Dragonite can be used to craft troops in the Soul Forge. Got 432, so I need a vault event probably. After next weekend, I'll probably be able to craft another dragon. Jets! Alright, okay, so I got a perfect. But you know what? You still reveal the other rooms. It already gave me the Dragonite. So now you want to reveal the rest of them, because there could be treasure in these other rooms. No, there is definitely 2 traps here. Okay, so there's 3 fights. There's 2 traps, but the other one is sometimes it's stairs, sometimes it's treasure. So you always have 3 fights, you always have 2 traps. And then sometimes it's treasure, sometimes it's stairs, as for the other one. So once you get your perfect, you can go ahead and reveal the other doors, because you want to get the stairs and you want to get the treasure. Yeah, we got a stun trap, but we're already done fighting for the day, so it doesn't matter. We already got our perfect. It doesn't matter. We already got our Dragonite. How'd I know this was where it was? I swear I didn't know. Alright, we got our treasure. It's just a little bit of extra treasure. So you always want to reveal every single room no matter what. You reveal. If you get a fight, you fight it. I revealed. If I got a fight, I fought it. I revealed. I got a fight, I fought it. I got a perfect. They sent me the Dragonite. I got a perfect. So now I'm revealing the rest of them so I can get this Garnet treasure too. If this was Sunday, I would buy this offer right here. So make sure you're buying the offer on Sunday. It's really good for your gems. Like, my gems are for... right now they're for medals, medal offers. They're for this offer. And they're going to be going towards the guild event probably next week too. Now that I'm level 500 and all the kingdoms are open and I'm giving the required amount of gold, I'm going to be a full-fledged freaking Alfhild's legend starting probably next week. But really this week I gave all requirements, so... But that's probably around when you would do it. So you're going to have to tell, like, if you join a really good guild, you're going to have to say, like, hey, you know, I'm this level. Once I hit, like, 500, I'll be able to give all required stuff. But if you don't mind, I'll do my best. I'll give you what I can, and I'll participate and stuff. But, you know, maybe give me some leeway until I hit level 500. Alright, so, we did the dungeon. We got a perfect. So we XP booster. Satisfy everything. Adventure board, always do it. Class experience, good loot. Dungeon, every single mother effing day, do your dungeon. You need diamonds, you need jewels, and you go for perfects for Dragonite. Gotta do your dungeon, it's very important. And then after that, holiday event, which was really hard, because I'm trying to get everything. So I got this, I got the pet, I got the golden pet, I got the legendary. I got the armor, I'm wearing the armor. Now I'm going for the orb of power. So if you're going for all that stuff, you're going to be fighting really hard fights. So I had to switch to the Truffle Shuffle because it's really good for really, really hard fights. You know, it's an infinite loop, so the enemy never gets a turn. So how's the enemy going to kill me if they never get a turn? So I'll show you it in action. I did have to power down a couple of times. Like, I kept powering up and powering up and powering up and powering up. Eventually, it got to a point where I lost a sigil. I died with my original team. So first thing I did was switch to the Truffle Shuffle, which I never lost again after that. The second thing I did was power down when it asked me. It says power down, stay the same, or power up. Every time before that, I'd powered up, because I wanted more points. I wanted them faster. But once I lost, I'm like, okay, I lost a sigil now. It's time to, take a second, maybe make a different team, maybe power down a little bit. That's what we did. We made a better team for like this harder, deeper stuff. It's normally with like events, you want a team that is super fast, and then you want a team a little bit later, maybe that doesn't lose type stuff. So we started with our super fast team, and then now we're in our don't lose team. So I powered down like I think 2 times, maybe 3. But I'm still getting decent points per fight. I'm getting like 30. Alright, so I can't just do this all willy-nilly. I have to actually pay attention and try pretty hard. Look at the enemy stats. Compared to mine, they got like double my stats. So I gotta like get into my loop. I gotta entangle this guy. So we gotta play good. Alright, we got Forest Troll. That's a good start. I'd like to entangle them by hitting them with skulls. But we got the Forest Troll, so I think I'll cast it. Just to get some more green on the board. I'm not like thinking I'm gonna get an extra turn, but let's get some more green on the board. Alright, so... Alright, we got green into brown. That's pretty good. There we go. We'll do it again. Now it's good. 13. That should hit. Extra turn. So now we're going to keep it on our turn, so they can't do anything to me. I almost want to hit them with 1 skull, just so they're entangled. I might take a turn to do that, just in case I get out of my loop. Can they be entangled? Yes. Alright, let's do it. I'm going to pass 1 turn just to entangle them. Forest Troll inflicts entangle when doing skull damage. So I'm going to do that. And now I'm going to try to loop them to death. So you just cast Gob Truffle whenever you have it. Whenever you don't have it, hopefully you have the Forest Troll. If you somehow get out of your loop, you cast your wand. So we have Forest Troll. You got Gob Truffle, you just pretty much cast it. I mean, you can look at the board and try to take other colors off there, like yellow and purple. So you have more green and brown on the board. Here we go. We just beat an enemy team that had double the stats that we had. All right, Chad, have a good day, man. 28 mistletoe. It's around 25 per fight. We need 800. There's only 2 days left. So I need 240 more, which is going to take, what, 10 fights? I need 10 fights. I got 2 fights left. So I need 8 fights. I get 3 fights tomorrow, so I need 5 extra fights. So I just buy once today and once tomorrow. That's all I gotta do. Once today and once tomorrow, and I'll have enough. You kind of want to do, instead of buying twice today, it's smarter to buy once today and once tomorrow, because the first time only costs 50. So if I buy twice today, it's going to cost me 50 and then 100, which is 150 total. If I just buy once today and once tomorrow, it's 50 then 50, so it's 100. So it's cheaper to buy once today and once tomorrow than it would be to buy twice today. So if you know exactly how much you need, try to only buy like once a day or whatever, if you can. But you can buy up to 3 times a day if you really need it. If you're like way behind or something, or if you lost a little bit. Well, let's do these because it's kind of interesting, I think, to do these really hard fights with the Truffle Shuffle. We haven't done the Truffle Shuffle like as much as we've done like Rowan and Queen Beatrix, so this is more interesting probably. All right, hit them with Skulls and get blue. That's pretty good. Entangle them. We got to get up this Forest Troll. Matching blue is smarter than matching brown, because blue will trickle down into the Gob Truffle. Which I don't even know if there's brown available, but still. Alright, 12 is borderline, but hopefully we get it. We got it. And getting it, I mean we got an extra turn. Got a Gob Truffle. We got a Forest Troll. We got a Gob Truffle. See how they don't get a turn? That's how we're winning. Still our turn. Alright, we kind of got to take our extra turns. Alright, we're still in our loop. We're still in it. Still in it. Still. Still. Still our turn. It's still our turn. And they're dead. So, offense the best defense. Horth says, what happens to the unspent mistletoe? Nothing. It's one of the only things in the game. Like, it's just points, kinda, and like, if you have extra mistletoe, it doesn't really do anything. Like, it just goes away after the event's over. You have a whole nother week after this week to spend it, but if you can't spend it on anything, it just goes away. So if you're done, if you already bought everything that you need to buy in the shop, you could just stop doing the event, because there's nothing, like the mistletoe doesn't turn into anything else. You can't use it for anything else. So the mistletoe is literally only to purchase stuff in this shop. So once this event is over, that mistletoe just goes away. It's for nothing. So once I get this Orb of Power, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to do any more fights. I'm done. You know, I already got everything I need. I'm not going to keep fighting and getting mistletoe for nothing. Good question. Yoke says the armor is just cosmetic, right? Yeah, for me it is. You can choose like an armor bonus, which yeah, it's just cosmetic. It has no bonuses. So my armor bonus is still on dragon armor. My style is on winter armor. So you can choose whatever style you want to look any way that you want. and it doesn't affect this. So I choose Dragon Armor is the one that's in effect for me. So I'm getting 100% extra gold, 50% extra souls, and 50% extra experience. So if you had the Death Knight armor, you would never change your armor bonus. If you bought the Death Knight armor, which I totally recommend, it's only 20 bucks. 100% extra gold, 100% extra souls, 100% extra experience. You should have done this a long time ago, but if you haven't, buy it now. Keep it on. Your armor bonus should never change if you have Death Knight armor. It should always stay on this. For me, I don't have Death Knight armor. I have Dragon armor. Keeping that on for the gold. But if I need to, if I end up needing souls, I would switch to my Celestial here to get 100% extra on souls. Which I might have to do pretty soon because, what was it I was going to do with souls? Level every single class to 20. So that's going to take 100,000 of my souls. So I might switch to Celestial. But yeah, that's just my appearance. So my style is winter armor. My appearance. My bonus is still on dragon armor. So you definitely want one of these two, or if you have Death Knight armor, just leave it on Death Knight armor forever. Good question. Alright, back to the holiday event. So I think it's interesting. Alright, I'm doing lowest level, because really it doesn't matter. I think Mr. Z was right. I don't think, power up when you power up for sure but don't like overpower to where you can't win the fights, but power up because you get more points via powering up. But picking the lowest level fight, I don't think matters, like Mr. Z said. It doesn't hurt you to pick the highest level fight, like that definitely can't hurt you, but I think it's true that you can just pick the lowest level fight if you want. Trey with the 3, thank you so much. He's still out there trying to fix that that tire. Chad's helping though, so maybe we'll get it done. They're both kind of tired from Christmas though. They're kind of, they're farting. They're giving each other wet willies, calling out doorknobs and punching each other in the arm. They're kind of goofing off out there, so they might need somebody else, like one more person out there to like keep them straight. They're busy farting and punching each other. They might get it done. We'll see. Can they get it back on the train and get the train moving? I don't know, man. Too busy punching each other, yelling out doorknob, giving each other wet willies. I might need another person out there. All right, let's go. So we'll do this last fight, and then I'm going to probably buy one in the shop. We'll move on to something else, because it's implied after this. Yeah, I'm going to do it later. You don't need to see all 6 fights. We don't have enough time to be showing every single thing I do every day, but I can tell you every single thing I do every day and give you examples. So let's cast this Forest Troll, probably. I'm not expecting it to loop this early, but let's get some green on that board. Alright. I probably want to just go for the Gob Truffle because it's super close. So we're going to match green. But let's get this red out of here. Doesn't hurt. Plus we'll get that brown. Alright, let's do some green. If we do blue, this is going to soak it up. If we do brown, this is going to soak it up. If we do green, though, it's going to go straight to the Gob Truffle, get it up, and we can cast it. Alright, we want to take Skull's Entangle just for safety. So let's do that real quick. Let's get rid of this yellow. We don't want yellow. Alright, now we do Gob Truffle. Alright, we're not really into our loop yet, but there we go, we are actually. Okay, let's get rid of that purple. Let's get rid of this blue. And we're going to cast this, which just does green. So let's get rid of this brown. Alright, now we have 11, which is alright. We might be able to do it. We didn't get the loop, but we got Gob Truffle up. We're almost into our loop. Alright, we're kind of puttering along. We're hanging in there. Gob Truffle's closest. Oh, we can do the wand. We can do the wand. There we go. Oh, see, they hit me, but I entangled them, so I didn't take that damage. Alright, we Gob Truffle. We Gob Truffle. Let's do this. We got 16. That's good. Gob Truffle. The strength of the power of the Gob Truffle. Some people like downplay it, but look at it. Look at it go. Would you look at it? There's definitely faster things, but this thing's super safe and freaking works. If you're losing, why not switch to the Truffle Shuffle? Are you that impatient that you'd rather take a loss? Some people poo-poo it. Alright. Power down, no change power up. So powering up would not be smart because we're already like on the edge of what we can handle. I've already powered down a couple of times. I think I can, I mean, I could power down to 25 mistletoe. I think I will power down one more time, because why not? What's the difference between 27, 28? Let's make the fights a little bit easier. Especially for this account. On my main account, I've never powered down in my life, but on this new account, it makes sense. Alright, I'm going to buy in the shop. Give me 3 extra turns to get more points, to make sure I get to 800. If I don't buy this right now, I'm only going to get 75 points tomorrow, around 75. So I would not have enough for this power orb if I don't buy. You know, I could buy 3 times tomorrow, but that would just cost more. Might as well buy this little 50 gem 3 turn today, instead of buying like 3, you know, a 50, a 100, and a 150 tomorrow. So let's buy this one. And I'm going to do those later today. You don't need to see more of this, but it'll be the same, more of the same. Boom, boom, boom. I'd get another 75 points or so. I'd be around 700. And I would have to get 100 tomorrow to get this power orb. Power orb is for crafting Zul'Goth and Maelstrom Dagonath, who are really awesome. They're in the Soul Forge. Why would you want a power orb? Because this. This guy right here is awesome. Kill an enemy. Just kill an enemy. Just kill him. Just literally. It doesn't say do a bunch of damage. It doesn't say this or that. It just says kill. Just kill him. Just whatever enemy you want. Just kill him. And you burn and freeze everybody else. And then you create 12 skulls. He's impervious. He's just awesome. You know, you kill something, then you put a bunch of skulls on the board, and then the skulls usually get an extra turn and do a bunch of damage to anything that's left, and then you go from there. So he's awesome. And then you got Maelstrom Dagonath, who is also just as awesome as Zul'Goth. Kill an enemy. Then create 12 random mana potion gems, then gain an extra turn. So he kills something, gets an extra turn, and throws a bunch of mana gems on the board, which usually match and fill them back up. And then he kills something again, then he gets an extra turn, then he puts a bunch of mana potions on the board, fills himself back up, kills something, gets an extra turn, puts a bunch of mana potions on the board, fills himself back up. So this guy, this is what we're going for. That's why we're going for the power orb, and that's why we're buying more turns in the holiday event. That's why we're making sure to do our turns every day, and we're using the Truffle Shuffle and doing harder fights to get more points, because we want to get that power orb so we can craft this thing. It's freaking awesome. And it costs 8 power orbs, which aren't easy to get. This is like the rarest drop out of a major orb of chaos. It's like a 0.1, you know, it's a really low chance, like a 1% chance when you pop a major orb to get a power orb. But you can craft power orbs too. But if you can get one in a holiday, a whole ass power orb in a holiday event, why would you not go for it if you still need to craft this guy or Zul'Goth or CT or anything like that? You should go for it. The other way to make these power orbs is in here. This would be the way you would like work towards it over time. So this is why we're doing guild events, single player events, vault events. Because the way you get these orbs is via popping orbs of chaos and major orbs of chaos. So we need 3 greens, 3 blues, and 3... We need 3 blues, 3 greens, and 3 oranges to make a power orb. So these only come out of orbs of chaos and major orbs of chaos. And you can craft these too. You can craft this, 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 and this. These are the majors. So we need 3 majors, 3 majors, 3 majors to make a power orb. And we got to do that 8 times. So you can craft the other ones too. So I could craft 2 of these if I wanted to. It takes 4 of the littler ones. So there's an Orb of Chaos that when you pop those, you could get the regular blue little orb. And then there's the major Orb of Chaos that gives you the bigger ones. So I could make 2 of these right now if I wanted to. Like the littler ones just do 1 ascension, while the big ones do fully ascended. So they're still useful for other things. Like I could probably have like 3 or 4 power orbs at this point if I didn't use some of my orange orbs to fully trait some troops, if I didn't use some of my blue orbs to fully ascend some troops. But yeah, the way you get power orbs is by getting every chaos orb you see anytime you can get it. So events, guild events, single player events, vault events. So I tell people to do events, and then they're like, do you have Maelstrom Dagonath, Zul'Goth, CT, and Rage Kurandara? If you have all of those, I would still encourage you to, you know, get Chaos Orbs, because they can give you Glory Orbs and Minion Orbs. But, yeah, Orbs are really good, and you should be chasing down every Orb you can get. This is just one of the reasons. Oh, I can do this, look. It's for leveling up my Soul Forge, so I can craft one there. Pretty much for free. Whenever it says once only, you should just do it, because it's just souls. This is like a reward for leveling up your Soul Forge, kinda. Must have leveled my Soul Forge and forgot to do those. So anything that says once only, you should just go ahead and do it. Alright. I'm trying to like over-explain why I'm doing things, and okay, why would you go after that power orb, you know? That's why. Alright, so after doing the holiday event, I would do City of Thieves. 3 times a day, every day. I'm not, you know, seriously. I'm serious about that. I'm not skipping. I'm not doing it twice a day. I'm not doing it once a day. I'm not skipping a day here or there. I'm literally doing it 3 times a day, every single day. It's going to get all my classes leveled up. It's going to give me treasure and shards and awesome troops and more stats. And you got to do this. You can't ignore this. So we have 1,182 shards from doing it 3 times a day, every day. So let's go try to get some more troops. I think, what do we need now? I don't even remember. Like, let's see what we're missing as far as legendaries. We can go to our collection. We can go to base rarity. Let's go unowned. Let's look at the legendaries and see which ones we're missing that are faction troops. This is a good way to look at it, kind of. So if it has 2 names, like Primal Rift / Forest of Thorns, that's one we can get down here in the Underworld. So Outer Father. We got Beastmaster Torburn. We got Bile. Is this the one that goes down 1, or is this the one that goes down 1? Okay, that's not it. Oops. Where were we? I think it's this one, huh? Alright, we were on Beastmaster Torburn. So this one just goes down 1 page. This one, like, jumps further. The Bile. Looking for 2 names on the kingdom. So we got Emperor Nezara. She's not very good. Looking for the next one I should go for. Is this one? Hive Mind. That one's not very good. Oh wait, Endrajit's decent. He's decent. He deals damage to 4 random enemies. And he curse and burns a random enemy, matching 4 more gems, 25% spell reduction. So Endrajit might be the one we go for. He's decent. We got Judge of the Dead. He used to be decent because he was used for soul farming. But I don't recommend soul farming, so I'm not going to say that he's something you should get before Endrajit or anything. But he's alright. There was a soul farming team that used him at some point. We got King Minos. He is the 50% start for Taurus, but this is the only 50% start in the game that has multiples. So Shaman class also has 50% start for Taurus, and that's usually the way that people do it. King Minos has a 50% start for Taurus. I think that's the only 50% start in the game that has multiple ways of doing it. Like, the only way to 50% start beasts is, you know, Forest Guardian or whatever its name is. The only way to 50% start Knights is Sir Quentin Hadley. The only way to 50% start Centaurs is Qatari King. Taurus has Shaman and King Minos. I think that's the only instance of that in the game where there's multiple ways to do it. So he's kind of like redundant almost. But he's not bad. He does Heavy Splash. Got King of Thieves. He's not great. Got Lady Marana. She's like a instant killer type troop, but Linen Side's not great. Oh, Luna's here. We could get Luna. I'd say Luna or Indrajit would be next. We got Laraza. She's not bad. She has a unique storm. Does damage to all enemies. We got Laraza. We got Indrajit. We got Luna. She's not very good. Magma Dragon. Ooh, that's got to be the next one. This one's really... This used to be on the meta team. There was a time where it was Phoenicia Magma Dragon. That was the, like, Chrysantherax Double Caffrey Miraji Queen at one point. Magma Dragon was on the meta team at one point. Deals damage to all enemies boosted by red and brown gems, and it has a lava storm that does that red and brown. So, might be Magma Dragon that should be crafted next. Or not crafted, but pulled. Nocturnia's pretty good. True Heavy Splash with a summon, maybe. See how there's so many good ones? That's why it's important to focus on the underworld. This one's good. Damage to all enemies. This one's pretty good, Narmel. Heavy Splash. I think it's Magma Dragon, if I had to guess. Ringmaster, not good. Got Sledge Paw, he's okay. We got Silent Sentinel, this one's annoying. It's kind of okay. Flick Silence when enemies deal skull damage to me with a 50% skull reduction and 25% spell. Solid. See how many there are, though? There's so many. And there's lots of good ones. Deep King is good. True Splash. I like Deep King. Crossfire King's okay. These are all troops you can get in the underworld, like, super easy. The Wendigo. Tink has a storm, but he's kind of booty cheeks otherwise. He has a unique storm, but that's like all. Got Umbral Portal. This thing's okay. I think it's Magma Dragon, then maybe Deep King. So Radar's alright. Amphibobot. Now we're down to epics, so... Yeah, let's go for Magma Dragon. That'd be Fire Rift. Fire Rift. Let's try to get Magma Dragon. He's right there. Portals. 200. Odd One Out's here. Beg's here. JM Rix is here. Okay, didn't get it yet. Fire Spirit's not bad. Convert all gems of a chosen color to burning gems. You'll get other good troops as you're going for this Magma Dragon. Okay, didn't get it yet. Try need more copies of other legendaries too. So this just takes a long time, but there's lots of good stuff down here, so it's fun. Alright, still didn't get it. It's a process. We got everything except for the Magma Dragon, but that's alright. We'll just work towards it. Something to do. We're doing City of Thieves every day, 3 times a day, because we're trying to get Magma Dragon. Or maybe another copy of the Great Worm, or maybe Luna, or Indrajit, or Narmel, or the Deep King. They're all awesome. Just gonna have more good legendaries for when there's certain restrictions. You can maybe fill that restriction with one of these. Alright, so continue to do your City of Thieves 3 times a day every day and get all these troops down here. After that, I start looking at my guild stuff. So those first things that I do every day are things that I can't do tomorrow, that I have to do. They're like dailies. The next thing I do after that is I start doing guild stuff. So go to our guild event. We're on stage 12. So that means I still need to be helping. Go to the highest rarity. I got Harpy Mage, Queen Beatrix, Wand of Stars, Queen Beatrix. Hey, yeah, new booty. Yeah, I hope you had a good Christmas, Jam Ricks. Beg says, is there an easy way to filter on all Underworld-only troops? I don't think so, man. The way I just did it was, I thought kind of clever, but it didn't filter out all the other troops, you know? Like, your eye has to be trained to see, like, okay, it's got 2 different names for its kingdom. That's like the only way you can really tell if it's an Underworld trooper or something, or not an Underworld troop. It has 2 names for its kingdom, it's an Underworld troop. But I don't know. Maybe if you do a slash, I wonder if that would work. I don't think that would work. I wonder, dude. What if this works? That'd be crazy, but I doubt it. Let's clear filter. Like, what if we just search this? It didn't work. I don't know how you would do it. Oh, I got an idea. Hold on. There might be a way. Hold on a sec. Let me think for 1 second. I'm gonna think of it. I think I know. It's their traits. They all have a similar trait. Who should I go to? Somebody's probably already said it in the chat. Alright, here we are. We got Court Witch. Gain 5 magic when attacking delves. I bet you can search delves. Probably delves. So if we search delves. Look. That'd be the way, Beg. Search delves. So now you can put it in like base rarity. These are all the ones we have. So we have King Gob, Truffle, Queen Beatrix, Queen Zachi, Shagarath, the Foxfire King, the Great Worm, the Rashi Queen, Vanya. And then we can look at all the ones we don't have. We don't have Outer Father, Beastmaster, Torburn, Bile, Emperor. I'm glad you said that, because now I figured it out. These are all the ones we don't have. Look how many there are to get, though. Isn't that crazy? This is why it's a long process. These are all troops we can definitely get via doing City of Thieves 3 times a day. Hey, we figured it out, Big. Yeah, you can search delves, because every delve troop, every faction troop has delves in their traits. They all have that first trait that says, like, gain 5 magic when in delves, or gain 5 attack when in delves. Alright, what was I doing? I was going to be doing guild stuff. So, Lore of Blood. Hey, Anita's here. Good to see ya. Alright, so let's see where I'm at. You know, I'm still kind of... Yeah, I'm working my way up. Working my way up. I'm in 13th place. Which isn't bad for a level 500 something. Look at me and DC, like... You know? Punching above our weight class here. I checked on DC the other day. He said he's just real busy lately. He said he's going to check in pretty soon. Alright, let's do some fights. So I'm using Queen Beatrix for a lot of stuff, including this. I really should be matching red or yellow first to get up Harpy Mage. And then you kind of look at this to make sure you're not like picking a color that has nothing. So we got a 12 green, 4 blue, 15 red. There's purple, there's brown. I'm probably just going to pick Beatrix. Luckily it hit green and not blue. Alright, let's do this. I missed! It's not cool. I could lose this for real. I could lose this. Let's get Beatrix. Ouch. We gotta get going here. Oh my gosh. I might lose on stream, y'all. Ouchie. I think I have to take those skulls. Would you please stop it? We might be in trouble here. We might be in trouble. Okay. Okay. We need this to hit big time. Alright, didn't fully hit. Ouch. That's why we got 2. Alright, we still won. But that was close. I might have to start doubling and tripling up on sigils. We're on Saturday. It's just getting harder and harder. I go as long as I can. You know, at first, my advice is to just double and triple up on sigils, because you're going to not have a lot of troops. You're going to maybe not be able to level the troops. They're probably not traded. You're probably not buying up in the shop yet. So just start out by doubling and tripling up on sigils, just to show activity, just to help. But, you know, as long as you can, don't do that. You know, like, once I hit level 500, I'm, like, trying as long as I can to just use 1 sigil per guild event fight. But once it starts to get, like, if I'm about to lose, I start losing troops. If I'm in danger of, like, losing a sigil by losing a fight, that's when I'm going to have to double up on sigils just to get some points. So it's pretty close. I might start doing it. Let's try one more fight with just 1. And then maybe we'll double up next fight. It's just going to get harder and harder. Alright, luckily we got that entangle. Sometimes it's the skulls that do you in. Let's leave that, because maybe they'll get skull baited. Let's get some yellow. They did, so they wasted their turn. Alright, we got enough to do Beatrix. Okay, let's do this. This. And I think this is more likely to get an extra turn than this, so let's do this. Alright, got it. Alright, that's Beatrix. And this again, unless there's an extra turn. The Harpy Mage is kind of just for your first initial burst of mana. And then, like, the Wand after that, probably. Beatrix whenever you have it, but... Alright, we're alright still. Must have been just that first fight. It was kind of tough. So I'd keep doing that till I'm out of sigils, pretty much. So next I'd fight this fight. Just trying to show you everything without doing all the fights. So after that, we're not doing single player events yet, but we're gonna do them very soon. I mean, except for Vault event, I definitely do that. But we need to... Did I get my torch yet? No, I didn't get my torch yet, so I gotta make sure to get my torch. Let's do this. You gotta do this at least sometime during the week. Okay. We just have to make a team. It doesn't really have to be good. We just gotta win one fight, one easy fight. Eliminate all magic from an enemy, destroy a row and column. I don't know, it depends how bad the troops are. Got Medea, Uvashka. Just need to make a quick team. Could do Sacrificial Priest real fast. That might work. Is that it? Come on. Mismer's here. I guess I'll do Medea. Recruit. Do this. Priest. I think I'll just do like this one. A little bit of mana generation. And I don't know. Meismer. Let's do just a team to get us through the one fight. Purple. Whoops. I always do that. Purple. Hold on. Stop that. This. Purple, red, minus brown, that's fine. Then class. Archmagus would be good if we had it traded and just do it. Just equip it, dummy. Equip it. Equip. Alright. I just gotta do one little easy fight so I can get my torch, or my lantern. So the lantern will double the loot of the bosses later, and we don't want to pass up the opportunity to grab the free lantern. So I haven't talked about that super a lot, but you should be doing it. You know, probably should have been doing it for a few weeks now, at least. What do we need? So let's take the yellow. Need purple, we need red, yellow. Purple, red, yellow, go! Alright, we got Sacrificial Priest. He sacrifices an ally and deals scatter damage boosted by the sacrificed ally's attack. So I'm just gonna do my hero. Oh! Thought they'd all die. Summoned an Aberrath too, that's cool. Alright, I need just like red and yellow. This fight is taking longer than it should. Come on. We got Aberrath, but he doesn't do too much to help our team. Come on. There we go. Alright, just one fight, and then you get your free lantern. Ooh, we got a talent for Archmagus. Here it is, free lantern. Lanterns will double rewards from battles and will extend vision by 1 room. So we're going to start doing the Underspire, but my advice is to get all your Kingdom quests done, all your class quests done, and all your faction quests done first, and then replace those with the Underspire once they're done. But get the free lantern if you have time, because it'll be useful later. So those carry over. Lanterns carry over forever, to the next week, to the next week, to the next week. Torches don't. Torches are like your sigils, and lanterns are like special sigils that carry over, double your loot. What else? So that's pretty much everything I would do in a day, except for I would just do more quests now. I would go do my faction quests. That's what I'm working on. Now that I got my class quests done and my kingdom quests done, my next thing to work on would be my faction quests, which are down here. I just gotta do all of them. Every little red circle is faction quests that I need to do. So we already did City of Thieves, we already did Deep Hive, we did Umbral Nexus, we did Sunken Fleet, Dripping Caverns, but I still need to do quite a few. So this is what I'm going to be working on after my dailies every day. Now I'll do however many, you know. There's probably like 8 fights, so I might do like 2 a day. I might do 3 a day. If there's a troop that you want there, you might want to do the... You can't do portals until you do the quest, so if there's a good troop there, that's why certain ones are done and others aren't, because we wanted to go for the troop. So, like, let's find one that... Like, Laraza's Lair has Laraza, so let's do this one. This is going to look very similar to the class quest and the kingdom quest, though. It's the same team, just Beatrix, your Beatrix team. We'll do one of these, but I'm going to do 2 or 3 a day, probably, until I get all 38 done. But this is it for quests. We're done after these faction quests. fight. So it's 2 fights here. Just want to see how many fights it is. I think it's like 8 or 9. The Kingdom Quest has like 20-something fights. The Class Quest has like 4 fights. Faction Quest has like 8 or 9. It's kind of in the middle. Oh, you got my hero, you jerk. Doesn't matter, though. Only place where losing a troop matters is like Delve. Delves, like factions, because it carries over to the next fight and you won't have your troop. Journey event, like it costs you points if you lose a troop. Guild Wars costs you points if you lose a troop. What else, like, does it matter that you lose a troop? It's probably about it. I mean, PvP, you probably, I don't know. But most things, it doesn't matter if you, as long as you win the fight. But faction events and stuff like that definitely matters because it carries over to the next fight and you'll be missing a troop. Then, like, other places, it just, your score will go down a little bit. Like Journey and Guild Wars, if you lose a troop. But some events, it doesn't matter, you know? Like these quests, like, okay, I could lose all my troops and barely win. It's the same as if I destroy them and don't lose a troop. I'm not saying, like, offense is the best defense. You don't need, like, 4 tanks that have, you know, 80% skull reduction and just, you can lose a troop as long as you're winning fast. It's fine. You have dual screens? That's cool. We were talking about wet willies and doorknobs and all kinds of stuff earlier. Swirlies. Getting stuffed in your locker. The diving board game that I talked about probably 20 times now. Hope I'm practicing for the chatathon tomorrow so I can hopefully have a good one. A nice ranty, entertaining one instead of a crybaby boohoo one. Let's have a nice ranty, rambly, funny chatathon tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 9-something. I got the reminder up now. If you can't make it and you just want to support me and my family and add time to the clock, you can do it right now. The reminder's up. You could leave this stream and go put a donation on the chatathon right now. It's up right now. It counts. Like Sana already did 2 gifted. We already got time on the clock. It's been up since last night. So plenty of time for anybody to come out of the woodworks if they wanted to. Some people in this world don't like when you take away their excuses, though. If you're sick and you call off work and then they ask you for a doctor's note. Like, but I was just playing hooky. Dang it. Hey, thank you. Yep, that's the ghost train, so it's just like the countdown. It's like the waiting room. I'll be deleting it before the actual chatathon starts, but it's just a spot for people that want to hang out, talk, or drop a dono if they can't make it. That will count towards it. Like I say, we got 5 streams left. We're just number 2 right now. Only 3 left after this. And we need it. It's time to lock in. Dude, my other thing is like super busy right now. I have like oh my gosh, I got a ton of work to do. I gotta like get motivated and like start doing some stuff. It's just like stacking up on me. Alright, so I'd just, do 2 or 3 of these a day. I might even just count how many there are and, like, divide it by a number and make it a nice even number to do each day. And that would be my day. That would be diminishing returns after that, pretty much. I mean, I could do all of them, and that's not really diminishing returns. Like, beginning of the game has the least amount of diminishing returns because you have so many quests to do and stuff. But, I don't feel like sitting here and doing all of these in a day, so I usually break it up over, a certain amount of time. Like, I would love to get them all done by, like, Tuesday before that stream or something. So I might say, like, okay, I got today, tomorrow, Monday. I got 3 days. Let's say I have, I don't know, 18 left. I got to do 6 a day or something. I'm probably not going to be able to get them done by Tuesday, so it'll probably be more like next Saturdays when I get all these done. So I'd probably break it up over more like 6 or 7 days. That way I don't have to do a bunch after doing all that other stuff. I had to already do my XP booster, my adventure board, my dungeon, my City of Thieves, my holiday event, my guild stuff. So, after all of that, it's already been quite a bit of playing. So I'm not going to sit here and do like 10 of these. But I might do like 2 or 3 or 4. So that would be what's up. Let's open these keys before I forget. This will be it probably for the stream today. I don't know. Unless you guys want to see something. I mean, we could go a little bit longer, maybe. I've only been going like an hour and a half. Let's open some keys and we'll go from there. Alright, so let's open these. I just, gold keys. I got a new troop. Toxic Puffer. It's not good, though. Gold keys give you some gems, though. 2 gems. You'd look at our kingdom power, like, a little bit, maybe. What else could we do in this new account? I mean, if I was just going to play, I'd probably just do those stuff I didn't do that I said that I would do. Alright, so we got some glory keys. Like, remember, as a beginner, you can just open all your keys, except for your event keys and your shiny keys. And you want to wait till you're on chest level 6 for the guild chests. Because we still need so many troops that we might as well open all our keys. We still haven't got a mythic off of keys yet. We got a mythic off of Dragon Egg and off of Immortal, but I got the Spider Throne. Spider Throne's a good empowered converter. It's a good troop. And we probably got some gems and trait stones and stuff. 18 gems, trait stones, nice. There is a new mythic next week, but as a beginner account, you kind of just want to open all your keys because you need everything. Unless you know it's like an amazing new mythic, which it didn't sound amazing to me. It's almost better to open keys now than to wait. Because I can get any mythic in the game right now, and in a week, you can only get the one new one. Let's do these gem keys. Still no mythic. Maybe we'll get it off the guild seals. I got a bunch of guild seals, so I keep forgetting to open them. Alright, nothing too crazy here. Alright. Here comes the one. We might get our first mythic. We got 6,792. I might even have some purple orbs. Let's do these first, though. So we got 6 chances here at a mythic. We're on chest level 6, which is your best chance. You look here. Seals. Oops, I gotta claim these too. See this? So this is chest level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you're on 6, it takes away the chance at a rare and a common. So it gives you a better chance at getting the higher rarities. So you want to wait until you're on this one to open. Unless you're just in a lower level guild that never gets to chest level 6, I guess. But in that case, you should be trying to get into a better guild. Let's do it. 6 chances. Come on. Pretty good chance. This is the best chance at a mythic. 0.05%. That's actually pretty good. Like, it's still kind of hard, but it's better than, like, look. This one is 0.05% chance per key, per seat, you know? This one is 0.1. Why is that 0.05? Maybe it's, oh, it's because of this, dude. If I can get rid of this, this would be better. I guess right now this isn't better than a gem key. But eventually you get all the guild guardians and this goes away. So that makes this higher. This would be a 0.11. If I can get rid of the guild guardians, this would go to a 0.11%, which is better than a 0.1. But at the moment, I still need fully ascended guild guardians. They give you those until you have them fully ascended in like multiple copies. And then they get taken out of the drop table, which is nice. And this one's like a 0.01%. Alright, so I don't have as high of a chance as I thought, but still a good chance. I need to get all the guardians. See these? Cunning, Defiance, Ferocity, Finesse, Honor, Humility. Once you get all these fully ascended, they get taken out of the drop table and your chances go up. Dang it. Oh well, we're making progress towards upping our chance. And the clucky. He's alright. Dang it. Alright, still a good time to be opening these. So I'm gonna open most of them. Let's get these stupid guardians. I mean, I like the guardians, but right now they're taking away from my chance to get a mythic, so. Yay! First mythic! Got our first random mythic. It's not a good one, though. So, but it's a lesson to be learned. Like, mythic does not mean good. Mythic just means rare. I know I say it all the time, but I feel like some people think mythic means good. It doesn't. You know, in like Fortnite, I know I keep comparing this to Fortnite, but in Fortnite, a mythic weapon is always better than like a lower rarity weapon. But in Gems of War, a mythic troop isn't always better than a lower rarity troop. Like Tesla's better than T&E, and Tesla's a legendary, not a mythic. You know, Queen Beatrix is probably better than T&E, and Queen Beatrix is just a legendary. It's not a mythic. T&E's not horrible. It's just like an average mythic. It's average. Got a low mana cost for a mythic, just 20 mana. Most mythics are like 24 and up. Does heavy splash damage. Stuns all affected enemies. Deals double damage if my attack is greater. Summon 1 to 3 monkey disciples. No good traits. You know, heavy splash. That means it's going to hit like 3 enemies. It'll stun them. And then it can summon if you're missing a troop. It's just it's an old one. I mean, when Shintang is kind of a... It's not like an old kingdom, but... I don't know. I feel like T&E's been around for a while. But hey, we got one. I mean, that's our first one. Off of random keys. And you see how I got it. Guild Seal, chest level 6. That's what we got. That's when we got our first random mythic off of keys. So that's probably how it's going to happen for you too. That's the highest chance. Guild Seals, chest level 6. Being a good guild. T&E. Woohoo! Guess I'll do 3 more of these. Ferocity. Extra free blood. Defiance. I might just pop my seals too, because there's no reason not to. Unless you're gonna be not playing the game and you need some for... So these purple ones give you more guild seals. And they don't get used on like making the boss troops or anything like that. These are just for guild seals pretty much. They come out of Chaos Orbs, major Chaos Orbs. I wonder how many I got. Like, I'm going to be playing the game, so I don't need seals for, like, guild requirements. If you don't do this, if you don't cut the grass with this, sometimes it takes forever to open all these. And I have not done these yet. Purple Orbs will just give you more keys. That's what they are. Alright, I opened all those, so I probably don't have like a ton of these. Purple ones are like harder, the big purple ones. 1,500 guild seals. Oops. My main account, sometimes this takes forever because I have so many. Alright, there we go. But hey, another 5,000. Let's go do it. You got five more chances. Gravitas. War Machine. We're also just getting more copies of all these troops, which is good. 2 more, come on. Zenith isn't bad. It's not great, but it isn't bad. Eh. Alright, let's finish it up here. Okay, well I got the 1 mythic. And now I kind of want to check on those Guardians, like, how many more do I need? So you can go to your collection, you can go to upgradable, and some of these, if we can ascend, there's almost no reason not to ascend. You, like, it doesn't cost anything to ascend them, except for the cards, like the troops. Some troops where you have, like, Gob Truffle and you want multiple, you need 2 Gob Truffles for the Truffle Shuffle. You don't want to, like, ascend it immediately, because it will use up, if you have, like, 6 Gob Truffle cards, and you ascend it, it's going to use up all those to make the one go to Mythic. So you only have 1 Gob Truffle then. You'll start with, you know, 6 Gob Truffles. That way you can put 2 on a team, 3 on a team if you want. But when you ascend it, it's going to use them up, and you're only going to have, like, 1 Gob Truffle. So you just got to be careful. Like, with Acolyte, it wouldn't matter. Like, he's never going to be used more than once on a team. But for the Guardians, if I can ascend the Guardians, I should probably just do it this way. Hold on. Go base rarity, apply filter, go down to commons, and we can get them ascended. They'll get taken out of that drop table. Alright, so I can only go to epic on this guy, so he still needs, he's got a ways to go. Look how many copies you need, dude. 190 copies to get it to mythic. That's when he would get taken out of the drop table. It's pretty nuts. We only got 53 of this guy. We need 190. Jeez. We need to get some more guild seals, some more purple orbs. Anyway, that's all my keys. I don't know. Grab this. You could, if you have pets. Like, I haven't been, like, chasing down pets like crazy, but you want to level them anytime you can, because it works towards this, and you get an orb here. So feed your pets to level them up and increase your pet mastery and gain valuable rewards. Gain a small gem reward every 5 levels of pet mastery as you work towards a chaos orb. So as you level your pets, you like fill this meter up and you get rewards for filling the meter. Just kind of a thing. You shouldn't like, I don't know, you're not going to like go out of your way to do this, but when you get a pet, if you can level it, level it. So I can level this one, like might as well. I should have this fully ascended, shouldn't I? Or no, that's the one from Wednesday, isn't it? It's not the other one. It's Missy Toe. Alright, so that increased my meter a little bit. So if I level another pet, 5 more levels, I would get an orb here. This is all the pets I have. At least I got Mini Mimic. Alright, so, you know, I can't really think of anything else to do today, unless you guys have questions. See, I got some gems for doing that. Even just not filling the meter. The meter is more for the orbs, I think. I got 5 gems for doing that. Yeah, chat-a-thon tomorrow, y'all. Hopefully we have a good one. We really need it bad. We're down bad right now this month. But yeah, like I said, if I was gonna play right now and finish up, I always do this first, so I need to do my adventure board. Always do dungeon second. I already did it. You know, holiday event, make sure I would do this. So I'd do my adventure board, I'd do this. So I can get that power orb. I'd do my City of Thieves for sure. Every single day I'm doing it 3 times a day on level 20, all the rooms. Quality 10, Horde level 100. After that, guild stuff. This, use up all my sigils. And then it would be the faction quests. Be doing these. But once these are done, I would add Underspire and single player event, so like bounty event. See, I haven't touched this because I'm still working on quests. I mean, I could if I had lots of time in the day. I would just fight them. Like if you want to keep going and going and going and going, you could. But make sure you do all the things I've already said you should do first, and then work on maybe your bounty or your Underspire if you want to keep going. But I would say do all your faction quests, knock that all the way out, and then you'll have way more time to do single player events. If you just knock that all the way out, I'd rather see you get all your faction quests done than to work on a little bit of this. So next bounty you can go all in, do bounty the whole way. You start doing Underspire every week. You start doing some PvP all the time. So knock out stuff that you can get done forever. Like PvP is always going to be there. Underspire is always going to be there. We're going to keep having bounty events. But once you get your quests done, they're done forever. And I'd rather see people knock stuff out that can be done forever than to like do the bounty right now when you still have faction quests to do, or do the Underspire right now when you still have kingdom quests or class quests to do. You can knock those out forever so they can be done forever, so you never have to do them again. So just do those and get them done. But anyway, I think that's it for today, y'all. Ooh, I have a burning chest. Let's open this. I don't know that I do a little bit of PvP because sometimes the XP booster asks me. Got 20 burning marks. Let's open that. Maybe we'll get an immortal. Is there any good ones here? Scaprio, Rakia, Terra, no. So you don't want to open the epic one unless there's something amazing here, like Ossifer or Fernax or something. Since there's nothing amazing there, this is the better one to do. Hey, another mythic! We got 2 mythics today. We got T&E and we got Immortal Sagittarian. He's not great either. He's kind of like Leo. Alright, what else? Hey, another one, Rakia! She's like a little bit better than probably Leo and the other one. Dang, they just keep giving them to me. I got Glacia now. Glacia is probably my best immortal now. True damage to 5 random enemies. We got Glacia. We got a bunch of mythics now. I guess not a bunch, but we go look. We have Kamathalis, Immortal Fernax, Immortal Glacia, Immortal Leo, Immortal Rakia, Immortal Sagittarian, and T&E. Kind of a weird. Our best one's probably Fernax. These 2 are probably our best 2. And then maybe her. They're like in order. They're probably in order of like the best ones. Kamathalis, Fernax, Glacia. This one's pretty crazy. I haven't used it yet. It's too defensive for me. Like I said, offense is the best defense. But if we ever come up against something super hard, it might come in handy. Or if we have like a team of 3 and we just need a 4th, it's like one of those. I used this for the holiday event for a little bit until I had to switch out of it. And then I just got her now, but I might start using her a little bit too. Kind of the better version of Leo that we had, so maybe put this back on the Beatrix team or something. Kind of want to level these up almost before you use them, though. Like, straight out the box, they're not super good. This is the problem with Immortals, is like, you gotta like keep getting Immortal Souls to keep leveling them. Straight out of the box, they're not that good. But if you had this thing on level 30, then yeah. Or if you had it on level 20 or level 15 or level 10 even, like, but it's like, takes a while. So they come out of the box like just okay. And then you gotta level them and level them and level them. So you gotta do PvP, you gotta get Burning Chests, you gotta open Burning Chests, you gotta get lucky and get Immortal Glacia Souls. And that's how you level these up. So, you know, that's why Immortals aren't the best as like to be using as one of your first mythics, because they're probably level 1. They're not at their full strength, and it's going to take a while to build them up to where they're actually... By the time you build an Immortal up to level 10 or 15 or 20, you probably have other better mythics. So that's the problem with Immortals, really. Alright, Starla, have a good birthday. It's Starla's birthday. Beg says, when I do the 10 burning marks, I have non-Immortals 95% of the time. I know, I just got so lucky right there. That was pretty lucky that I got Immortals every single time. Because, like, it's only a 48% chance, but, you know, you got a 50-50 chance of not getting any Immortal at all. It's pretty crazy, though, Beg. You do have a 50-50 chance, and you don't get one 95% of the time. You're always getting gold marks, silver marks, and icons. Icons would be nice, because you could get higher VP and be able to buy books and stuff. And then gold marks are nice, because you can buy books with them. But yeah, Immortals is like the main prize. Anyway, I better go. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel comment below, and I'll see y'all next time, which is tomorrow for day 3 of the 5 days left of the year. 5 streams, 5 days left, 5 streams. It's the big one tomorrow. It's the chatathon. I will stream as long as you want me to, you know, within reason, obviously. Up to 7 hours or so, if you want it. First hour's free. After that, you know, it's $1 for 2 minutes. So every dollar adds 2 minutes to the clock type of business. We do that every month, once a month. Last month was amazing. Hopefully we're not doing this up and down stuff, because that really drives me crazy. But it's usually how it goes. We have a good month and a bad month and a good month and a bad month and a good month and a bad month. Which drives me up a wall and drives me crazy. I wish we could just have a baseline. Do a, you know, do good every month, or do our bare minimum every month. That'd be great. So hope to see you tomorrow. Maybe you can encourage some people to come out of the woodworks if you can somehow. I don't know. Tell your guild mates. Tell, you know, scream about it on the Discord. Whatever you can do, man. If you can't participate, if you can't donate or anything, like, whatever you can do would be great. Encourage some people to come or whatever. Tell your guild, tell your Discord, tell whatever. Scream it out the window for all I care. That'd be great. So I appreciate it. Or just be there and keep me company. Whatever you can do, be appreciated. You guys are definitely not the problem. You guys are awesome. But I'll see you tomorrow for the chatathon. Hope to see you there. Take a look at that thumbnail. That describes our situation. So, but yeah, have a good one. Oh yeah, Trey, I'll see you later, man. Probably like in an hour or so. Maybe an hour and a half. Something like that. I need to get some... I gotta run an errand and eat lunch and stuff, and then I'll be able to play. But thank you for the 3, Trey, and thank you for the 3, Chad. So not a goose egg today. Thank you for being here today, Trey, and Beg, and Starla, and Sana, and Anita, and Odd One Out. Got Beg, Anita. Hope you're doing better, Anita. Also, Sana wasn't feeling well. Hope, Sana, you're doing better, too. Feeling well? Doing okay? It's that time of year where, you know, it's going around. Odd One Out, Beg, JM Ricks, Sana, Trey, Yoke, Horth, Chad, Jets, Horth, Sana, Chad and Juan, Starla, happy birthday. Patrick Johnson was here. Hope you have a great birthday today, Starla. Alright, Sana was first, Patrick was second, Sana was first, Patrick was second, Starla was third today. As far as YouTube, they love Trey again. 225 experience. Chad got second with 175, and Sana got third. But yeah, I'll see y'all. Have a good one. Yo, Thiz, how's it going, bro? I know, Juan. I always lump them in with Chad, dude. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow for the chatathon. It's probably going to be around 9 something. I got to take Mrs. Cindy to work, and then as soon as I get back, I'll fire it up. And then I'm willing to go all the way until she gets off of work, pretty much. So a whole work day if you want it. So I'll see y'all there tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you had a good Christmas. Happy birthday, Starla. Get well soon, Anita and Sana. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Peace out.